These are some of the best YA books that I've read as an adult. I've been an obsessive reader for the better half of my life, so I've read a lot of YA. And as I've grown older, I have tended to gravitate towards YA less, but there are still several YA books that have left such an impact on me in my adult life, and these are some of them. All My Rage is a contemporary coming-of-age novel about two Pakistani-American teenagers in modern-day California as they navigate being first-generation Americans and all of the obstacles that come with that, as well as entering young adulthood. This is a story about family, about sacrifice. It's so mature and so hard-hitting. And yes, it's YA. This is one of those books that I feel like it could be published as adult, and then it would have gotten a ton of awards, but because it's YA, like, it just kind of fell into the background. But this is one of the best books I've ever read. Highly recommend. The Grace Year is one of the best dystopian books I've ever read. It's set in this like super religious, controlling society, very Handmaid's Tale-esque. And every year, the newest group of 16-year-old girls are sent out into the wilderness to survive on their own for a year. And there are things out there hunting them in the woods. It's grisly. It's disturbing. And it is a powerful critique of patriarchal systems. If you couldn't tell, this is a very feminist book. It tackles really complicated issues, including internalized misogyny, and I thought it did it extremely well. Another one that I think if it was published as adult, kids would be reading this in school. It's no secret that I love House of Hollow, one of my all-time favorite books. I read this when I was like 20 or 21. It's been a couple years, and I still love it. This is a magical YA horror novel. Several years ago, three sisters vanished off the streets of Edinburgh, only to reappear 3 days later completely untouched. Several years have passed, and that entire debacle is still a mystery, but when the oldest sister goes missing again, now we gotta figure out what's gonna happen. To this day, I've never read something quite like this. The vibes are unmatched. I keep trying to find things that fit this, and really nothing comes close. I love the characters, I love the atmosphere, I love the way the mystery is revealed, and I love how creepy it is. Little Thieves is the first in a YA fantasy adventure trilogy, and it is just absolutely delightful. Even though it's YA and it reads YA, the stakes are high, you feel invested. We follow an orphan girl named Vanya who was adopted by the goddesses of fortune and death as a child, so she's got that going on. And she's a schemer. She's a con artist. She is robbing people left and right. She's gotten herself into this debacle that she needs to get out of. It's so well paced. The characters are so likable. You're rooting for all of them. It's truly everything I want in a fantasy book, honestly. Iron Widow is so weird, but such a page turner. This is YA science fiction. It's set in this super futuristic world inspired by Eastern Asia, where they are at war and they fight in these giant like Pacific Rim type robot things. And it's also, similar to the Grace Year, a very patriarchal society. Women are basically having to sacrifice themselves in these battles, and our main character is fed up and she's had enough, and she is going in to infiltrate the system. So much female rage, sticking it to the man. This book left such an impact on me. Like, this is the most engrossed I've ever been while reading a book.